Hello guys, Tops here. Today I want to explain a concept that came upon. I have it in my head for quite a while, and I always had the feeling if I have only one range pro, he doesn't make a big difference. If I have two range pros, you can kind of feel it, but it seems like if I have three range pros, then I have like really significant range output, so that the downside of having three range pros that cannot engage in melee isn't that bad. And that's kind of the concept I was kind of thinking about, like maybe having 9 frontliners and triple range brothers in the back is a really, really good setup, an ideal setup, maybe an ideal setup, right? And I have triple gunner here, so basically my bannerman is a gunner, but yeah, I'm not sure. Like I think you can get away with throwers, crossbows, bowmen, also gunners. I think it doesn't matter too much which kind of range brother you have. You can have, I guess, archer, crossbow, gunner, and or thrower, all of them together, hybrids, whatever. Yeah, but like it really seems like as soon as you jump to three bros that have range output, you can do in your turn when you start shooting, you can do enough damage that your frontliners are not getting overwhelmed, and that your company, even in the big fights, is not you'll not get too many flankers, right? You start killing the center fast, and then your flanking bros can take care of the flanking guys, or your range bros can take care of the flanking guys. So yeah, this is something I want to encourage you to try out maybe, and I'm really interested in your thoughts. But I feel like having triple range pros in the back and 9 frontliners is a really, really strong setup. And like, for instance, having a casual archer, just a normal archer, is nice for sniping necromancer and Texan, right? If you have a good one like this with a bullseye and stuff. But other than that, he's like his damage versus naked flesh is good, but versus armor targets, it kind of drops significantly. So his output is in a lot of fights. His generic damage output is not that great, but he has the highest range, right? And then something like a thrower has overall relatively high damage, but super low range. So like the fact that you can like battle round one, shoot with your archer, and like threaten the AI more, and maybe force the AI to come to you because you have the higher range, is a significant advantage over throwers, right? But throwers have higher damage on close range. The thing is, like, if you only start doing damage at close range, right, then your opponents are already engaged with your front line. So did you have that much impact then? That's a question. The next thing is crossbows. Crossbows, you can get away with lower range skill. They have higher range than throwing and guns, but of course they are limited. Like they have very low DPS. They can shoot only once, but the spiked impaler can push back opponents. Something like that's really effective for this chosens, orc berserkers, fallen heroes, stuff like that. So there is some utility there. Also, you can make him into a hybrid, thrower hybrid, polearm hybrid. You can give him a gun. That's another thing. Something I found to be relatively effective, surprisingly effective even, is just triple layering guns. And like the gun does AoE, has relatively low damage, and armor pen and armor effectiveness is not that great. But if you can hit multiple targets, like the first shot will strip away some armor, the second shot will strip away some armor as well, and the third shot will hurt, right? Like the third shot will hurt or kill stuff. So if you have like triple guns with overlapping fire ranges, that works too. Downside, of course, you have low range, so certain AI might not charge you, and the AI that does charge you, you can only engage it in like probably the second turn, right? When the opponents are already engaging your frontliners. So that's that. Yeah, that's kind of like some interesting thoughts. I think having 3 range bows opens up a lot of fights. And like maybe that's kind of like the critical mass, like the threshold you have to overcome in order to do enough range output where it is worth it to not have something like a, I don't know, a sword lance or like another two-hander in your front line, or maybe a tank to tank down stuff. And that's kind of my thoughts on that. And like probably having like a crossbow thrower hybrid, an archer and the gunner at the same time, so you have a lot of utility and a lot of variety at threat ranges and specific weapons that are good against specific enemies, right? So I have a lot of utility there. So maybe mixing up your range bros is nice too. Or just, I lately have a lot of fun with like overwhelm fearsome guns, right? That's something I kind of found to be really effective in a lot of fights. Just overwhelm fearsome them. So the stuff that is weak to fearsome gets fearsomed, and the stuff that ignores fearsome, which is basically half of the enemies in the game, they get overwhelmed. Pretty nice, like this one. Fearsome banner gun. Of course, this is a very special build, but super nice if you can make something like this. Yeah, these are kind of my thoughts on the range pros, and I'm really interested what you guys think about that, because I think triple range bros might be the way to go. Alright guys, this is it today for today's video. I hope you leave me a lot of comments on how you set up your company and how you handle the range problem, so to speak. I used to play a lot completely without range bros, and then I had special bros and a lot of bros and like all in between, right? And this is kind of like evolving triple gunner build. Kind of funny. And yeah, I'm rambling. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.